This podcast does not provide medical nor legal advice. Please listen to the complete disclosure at the end of the recording.
Hello, and welcome to Everyone Dies, the podcast where we talk about serious illness, dying, death, and bereavement. I'm Marianne Matzo, a nurse practitioner, and I use my experience from working as a nurse for 45 years to help answer your questions about what happens at the end of life.
And I'm Charlie Navarrete, an actor in New York City, and here to offer an every-person viewpoint to our podcast. We are both here because we believe that the more you know, the better prepared you are to make difficult decisions before a crisis hits.
So welcome to this week's show. Please relax, get yourself something to drink. Again, no alcohol. We're going to be going in the hot tub time machine and some cake. And thank you for spending the next hour with Charlie and me for our discussion about everything you need to know before immersing yourself in a hot tub. In the first half, Charlie presents our recipe of the week and the history of hot tubs. In the second half, we are going to be talking about hot tubs. You know, when you think about hot tubs, you might think of the jetted steaming water calming and relaxing your body. If you've ever owned or spent time in one of these beautiful inventions, you know how peaceful life becomes when you immerse your body inside the tub. But that's not what we're talking about today. And in our third half, Charlie has some information for you about letting your pet use your hot tub. So, Charlie, did you ever see Hot Tub Time Machine?
I was just going to ask you. You know, I started to, and it wasn't in the theater. I don't remember why I didn't finish it. But to answer your
Probably
question.
Fell asleep.
I think I really don't.
Well, actually, I did, to answer your question, I did see Hot Tub Time Machine, and I don't know why I would have ever turned it on, but I did, and I remember actually liking it.
Yeah, it got, it did very well at the box office, you know. I don't know if the sequel, Hot Tub Time Machine 2, did as well, but yeah, the first one was very successful.
Yeah, I never saw the second one. And that's usually not the kind of film that I watch, but who knows why. It might have been with the kids.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I don't know. So, are hot tubs a new invention, or is it something old and crazy?
Old, I wouldn't call it crazy, but here's a quick guide to the history of hot tubs, including the development, evolution, and significant role hot tubs play in our culture. Please take notes.
Serious.
Yes, please take notes, ladies and gentlemen. There will be a quiz afterwards.
I'm ready. I got my blue book out.
All right, very good. Now, the earliest hot tubs were calderas, in which hot stones were placed to heat the water. The remains of wrecked marble bathtubs, along with a prehistoric aqueduct that have been unearthed from this era, bear ample testimony to the place's popularity in ancient times. The documented history of hot tubs goes back to the Egyptian bath, starting in 2000 BC. Greeks, Romans, Japanese, and Native Americans all had a culture of hydrotherapy. The practice of bathing was so ingrained that the Roman legions, during their long occupations in foreign lands, built their own baths at mineral and thermal springs in the newly conquered lands. Examples can be found all over Europe. It was in Japan that the modern spa would be born. The country is scattered with volcanic springs, so hot water therapy has long been a staple of their rich history. The modern hot tub design, a contained bath rather than a communal hot spring, can be traced back to Japan's wooden ofuro tubs, first developed in the 15th century. Roy Jacuzzi.
Can I
Yes?
stop you?
Yes?
Can I stop you a second there?
Mm-hmm.
I spent time teaching in Japan, and the girls went with me twice, but one time we went to these open baths, and there's a ritual before you get in the bath, and you have to follow the ritual, and there's a woman who's standing there making sure that you do. And you have to clean yourself really well before you get in. And then they give you like this teeny tiny square of a towel. And nobody wears clothes in the hot tubs.
Oh.
They're actually like big pools. And some of them are, men and women together. And this one, because the girls were little, it had a wall. So you could kind of like holler over the wall to the men on the other side if you wanted to. And you'd go in these hot spring kind of pools and sit there. And my girls were they in first and second grade? And they're looking around, and I don't think they'd seen that many like naked women in one place before. And I don't think the Japanese, because we were in a very small town, had ever seen, like a naked American. We're not exactly teeny tiny and thin, or at least I'm not, like the Japanese, and little girls. And so it was this very interesting cultural kind of experience. And in Japan, the history is that some people will sleep in these waters, and they hold a rock onto their lap so that when they fall asleep, they don't float into the water and die. So if you're ever in Japan, it's really, in terms of something so culturally different than what we do here in the United States, that would be one of them. It was really, really a good experience. So sorry to interrupt you, but I wanted to tell you about Japan.
No, that's great. Wow. I didn't know that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, Roy Jacuzzi.
Anytime.
Yes. Roy Jacuzzi.
Roy. Okay.
And Jacuzzi is his real name, is credited with taking a family business based in Walnut Creek, California, and being the first to commercially market a self-contained whirlpool bath system. His jacuzzi tubs are the precursor to the hot tub and have been on the market since 1970. The first models sold by Roy and his company, Jacuzzi Brothers, later Jacuzzi Inc., were sold to the public in 1968. The first model was known as the Roman bath, named for the famed baths and spas of ancient Rome. The first tubs, however, were not commercially available models sold by Roy in 1968, but based on the insertion of a swimming pool pump into a bath that his great-uncle Candido invented in 1948. This technology utilized aerating pumps adapted from industrial water pumps used to provide water for agricultural production. The technology was modified by Candido and made scalable for home and personal use. The idea of placing an aerating pump into the tub came to Candido, a machinist who emigrated from Italy in 1903 with barely a grammar school education, to provide relief to his 15-month-old son who had pain from rheumatoid arthritis.
Oh, yeah. You know how they say necessity is the mother of invention?
There you are.
That really is.
It really is, yeah. Many famous people have used hot tubs. In the early days, the Jacuzzi Brothers advertised the product on the popular TV show Queen for the Day. Remember that show, Marianne?
Oh, God, I love that show.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah. Their just wish was for like a washer dryer.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yeah. Times have changed.
God. Yeah. Yeah.
Celebrities such as Jane Mansfield and film and TV cowboy Randolph Scott provided testimonials as to the therapeutic benefits that came with owning a hot tub. When Roy began mass marketing the product in 1968, a young model by the name of Suzanne Summers served as an early spokesmodel for the hot tubs.
May she rest in peace.
Yes. Hot tubs gained a particular starring role in the 2010 sci-fi comedy Hot Tub Time Machine. And
God, that was 2010?
I know, 2010, Marianne.
Oh, my God.
And let's not forget its 2016 sequel, Hot Tub Machine 2. The hot tub has also found itself in other starring roles, such as the coming-of-age scene between title character Ferris Bueller and his best friend Cameron in the 1986 cult classic Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Bueller.
Ferris, does he ever say his full name? Bueller, Ferris Bueller. No, I guess it's just always Bueller. Yes.
Yeah.
The hot tub was also made part of comedian Eddie Murphy's skit. I remember this. about James Brown in 1984, titled James Brown Celebrity Hot Tub Party. And for your entertainment, ladies and gentlemen, we have a link for that in our show notes. Your homework is to see it. It is hysterical.
Really?
Yeah.
You will enjoy it. And Eddie Murphy is so young and so skinny in a gold lame bikini.
Yeah. Very funny, yeah.
What a talented man, huh?
Yep. So that brings us to our recipe of the week, hot tub chicken. Yes, you heard it here first, folks. The author of this recipe describes it this way. My first bottle of Mayer, or is it Meyer? Well, we let
Meyer.
you... Meyer.
It's Meyer, yeah.
My first bottle of Meyer lemon olive oil inspired me to create this dish. I made a wet rub with garlic cloves, salt, peppercorns, serrano chili, lemon zest, and that wonderful olive oil. Rubbed under the skin and all over the top. I placed that bird in the fridge to do its thing. What, is it getting hot in here, or is it me? I placed that bird in the fridge to do its thing while I prepared the sauce for the hot tub that perfectly grilled chicken would sit in for its final, but tasty, braise before being carved into juicy slices and slathered with the sauce, which has reduced into a ooey gooey lemony mustard wine-soaked olive. I think that's a pronunciation, but it's close enough, folks. So it's a wine-soaked olive garlic blanket. What a great addition to your next funeral repast. It does sound good.
It sounds like a good dinner.
It does sound like a good dinner, a good snack.
Yeah.
While you watch Hot Tub Time Machine. Please go to our webpage.
Murphy dancing in a bikini.
Right. You have a double feature, Hot Tub Time Machine and Eddie Murphy as James Brown. Please go to our webpage for this week's recipe of hot tub chicken and additional resources for this program. Your tax-deductible donations are always welcome so that we can continue to offer you quality programming. Thank you in advance for making your donation at www.everyonedies.org. That's every, the number one, dies.org. Marianne?
Thanks, Charlie. One of the main reasons people use hot tubs is for the health benefits that they offer. Soaking in warm water can help to relax muscles, reduce stress and tension. Hot tubs can also help improve circulation and can be beneficial for people with arthritis or other conditions that cause joint pain. In addition to the physical benefits, hot tubs can also have psychological benefits. Soaking in a hot tub can help to improve sleep and can have a calming effect on the mind. Many people find that soaking in a hot tub before bedtime helps them to sleep better and feel more refreshed in the morning. A hot tub in your yard is part of the American dream for some people. When people think about hot tubs, they might associate them with relaxation, luxury, socializing. Hot tubs are used for relaxation and stress relief. The warm water can help soothe sore muscles and joints, and the buoyancy of the water can help reduce pressure on joints. Hot tubs can also be a social gathering spot for friends and family. They can be a great way to unwind after a long day or spend time with loved ones. Some people might also associate hot tubs with romance or intimacy. Overall, hot tubs are often used to relax, unwind, whether alone or with others. They can provide a sense of luxury and indulgence, as well as physical and mental health benefits. But as with many things that we enjoy, hot tub use is not without its dangers. We're aware of the death of 54-year-old Matthew Perry of Friends fame, who drowned in his hot tub this week. While a full toxicology screen has not been completed, there are clues to a non-drug-related cause of death. It's known that he played 2 hours of pickleball that day and had been feeling tired in the previous week. So what happened? The following information might help you to figure it out. According to the Consumer Product Safety Commission, CPSC, more than 300 people die each year from hot tub-related accidents. Hot tubs can pose serious dangers for individuals who do not use them properly. One common danger associated with hot tubs is slipping while getting in or out of the hot tub or when moving around in it. The CPSC has reported that people often slip into the bottom of the hot tub because they're using improper bathing attire, like bare feet or flip-flops. Other people fall into the hot tub due to faulty steps, handrails, and the lighting leading up to it. Other injuries in hot tubs can be caused by defective components used during maintenance, such as improper insulation on power cords, resulting in electrocution. Burns from improperly maintained water heater causing scalding injuries. Malfunctioning jets cause serious burns for individuals sitting over them without proper protection. Slip and fall accidents when falling on wet or slippery tile near the hot tub or on the hot tub floor. Drowning that could result from an injury, suffering a seizure or falling or being knocked unconscious. Infections and the body's reaction to toxic chemicals and materials used in the hot tub. So, people can drown in hot tubs, but unlike in swimming pools where victims may drown because they're unable to swim above the surface of the water, the nature of hot tub drownings and death is usually different. Many hot tub accidents are caused by heat when the temperature of the water exceeds the body's ability to tolerate the excess warmth. Unfortunately, extremely hot water can cause people to become drowsy and even lose consciousness. The result is that people can slip under the water and drown. Most hot tubs are designed to shut off before such high temperatures are attained, but product defects and aging components may permit the hot tub temperature to reach dangerous levels. Children with small bodies are at a higher risk for temperature-related accidents because their bodies produce proportionately smaller amounts of heat than the amount produced by the adult body. Using a hot tub can put your heart at risk because your body temperature rises when you're in a hot tub. Usually, the body produces sweat to cool you down, but this process is interrupted in the hot tub, making it easier to overheat. As a result, your blood vessels expand to try to release the heat, diverting blood from your core and increasing your heart rate. If you have heart disease, this can result in low blood pressure, or if you have blood vessel disease, increased blood pressure, dizziness, nausea, irregular heart rhythms, poor blood flow, and a heart attack. Certain medications can also put you at higher risk for health-related problems. For example, blood pressure medications such as beta blockers can slow the heart rate, interfering with the body's ability to cool itself. And diuretics can increase salt and water excretion, putting you at greater risk for dehydration and heat exhaustion. Hot tubs have timers for a reason. Usually it's set at about a 30-minute interval. When the water jets turn off, you should take a break too. This is especially true for older adults whose ability to regulate their body temperatures is compromised by age. Since the heat from a hot tub expands blood vessels, causing blood pressure to drop, people who already have low blood pressure can pass out in a hot tub, which can lead to drowning. Drinking alcohol while using a hot tub can combine with the heat to lower blood pressure and impair judgment and lead to drowning. Feeling unsteady combined with slippery surfaces can cause slip and fall accidents and an increased drowning risk if mobility, muscle, or balance issues are made worse while enjoying a soak. The CDC recommends that hot tubs be no warmer than 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, we have a hot tub, and I've had it since the kids were little, and I always just keep it at 99 degrees. Your body temperature is 98.6, so 99 is warmer than your body, but you don't have to, be boiling in a cauldron in order to get the benefits. The CDC warns hot tub users to avoid swallowing the water or even getting it in their mouths, because germs in the water can cause disease. Cryptosporidium is a parasite which lives in fecal matter that can cause gastrointestinal illnesses, including diarrhea and dehydration. Crypto, for short, can be spread by an infected person using a hot tub. Older adults, as well as young children, pregnant women, and people with compromised immune systems are particularly susceptible. Anyone with diarrhea should avoid going into a hot tub to prevent the spread of crypto. Even more common in hot tubs is Legionella pneumonella, a bacterium that can cause Legionnaire's disease, a pneumonia-like lung infection that is potentially serious, particularly for those people 50 and older. In 2018 alone, health departments reported 10,000 cases of Legionnaire's disease. However, because the illness is typically underdiagnosed, it's believed that the actual number may be up to 3 times higher than what would be recorded. In August of this year, 2 people died of Legionnaire's disease after using a hot tub at a California spa. Legionnaire's disease is caused by a bacterium called Legionella, which grows in warm water and is aerosolized in water droplets. Legionella likes warm water, and when chlorine or bromine levels drop, the bacteria can survive and multiply in the slime, called biofilm, that appears on the walls of some hot tubs. Officials say the indoor spa with a waterfall provided a high-risk environment for the spread of the illness in a closed room. The symptoms of Legionnaire's disease are like those of pneumonia and include fever, cough, chest pain, shortness of breath, muscle aches, headaches, fatigue, and a loss of appetite. Some people cough up blood. The disease can be treated with antibiotics, but you need to go to your doctor at the start of the symptoms. Pseudomonas is another bacterium that grows in warmer water temperatures that can survive and multiply in a hot tub's biofilm. But rather than a respiratory infection, this germ causes what's known as a hot tub rash. The skin infection can affect hair follicles and result in red, itchy skin and pus-filled blisters. The rash pattern is under the bathing suits, since the suit is holding water against their skin. To lessen the likelihood of hot tub rash, make sure to remove your swimsuit, wash it, and take a shower with soap after using a hot tub. Or don't wear a bathing suit. Children younger than 5 years of age comprise almost all of the reported spa-related drownings, which comes out to about 73% of the drownings. Common reasons for children younger than 5 years of age to drown in pools or spas. Now, those are 893 reported drownings. 57% attributed the incident to a gap in adult supervision, meaning that an adult losing contact or knowledge of the whereabouts of the child, and during that period, the child managed to access the pool and spa and drown. So even though hot tubs and spas tend to be shallow, they still pose a danger to younger children, especially those under the age of 5, since the limited depth of a hot tub is greater than that of the child's health, preventing them from breaching the surface simply by standing up. Even children older than 5 years old are at risk for drowning in a hot tub. There have been numerous cases of children's hair becoming trapped in spa filters and pump intakes, which prevented them from coming up for air. Their limbs, which are significantly smaller than those of adults, can also become trapped in jets or other components of the hot tub. Adults may also become victims in hot tub drownings. The lid placed on the top of hot tubs can often be really heavy, and it can be difficult to remove. A person may become trapped under a hot tub or spa lid if it inadvertently closes. In these situations, if they're not strong enough to lift the lid and pull themselves out, there can be a real possibility that they could drown. So never leave a child unattended in or near water, including bathtubs, buckets, decorative ponds, and fountains. Always designate an adult water watcher. This person should not be reading, texting, using a phone, drinking, or be otherwise distracted. And you really honestly need to take this seriously. We lived in New Hampshire when my girls were growing up right on a lake. And we just had a thing where, if I was watching the kids, I'd say, and I needed to go do something, I'd say to the kid's dad, okay, I have to go do this. You have the kids. And I'd wait for an acknowledgement from him so that I knew he heard me and knew that he had to do that. And he did the same thing for me. We're really vigilant about that water. If you own a pool or a hot tub, have a series of barriers to keep unsupervised individuals from getting to the water. This includes measures such as door alarms, pool covers, self-closing, self-latching devices on fence gates and doors that can access pools. But kids are really inventive. You really can't totally trust those things. You really have to be vigilant. Also, learn how to perform CPR on children and adults. Many communities offer online CPR training, and that can help. Learn to swim and make sure your child learns to swim as well. Keep kids away from pool drains, pipes, and other openings to avoid entrapments. Ensure that any pool and hot tub your child uses has drain covers that comply with U.S. federal safety standards. Your pool service provider can advise you about those safer drain covers. So how do you know if the hot tub you're climbing into has healthy water? If a hot tub smells like chlorine, that doesn't mean it's clean. In any treated water in a hot tub, swimming pool, or water playground that has a distinct smell occurs when chlorine mixes with an excess of urine, sweat, or other contaminants. So that chlorine smell is not an indication that things are okay. The sides of the hot tub should not feel sticky or slippery. Make sure that you can hear the pumps and filtration systems to ensure that they're working. If you really want to be sure, you can use test strips that are available at the pool store that can check the chlorine, bromine, and pH levels. And the guidelines are that chlorine should be at 3 parts per million in hot tubs. Bromine, which is an alternative to chlorine, should read at 4 parts per million. And the pH level should be between 7.2 and 7.8. Remember to shower for 1 minute before entering the hot tub. Doing so should remove about 70% of contaminants from the skin, according to the CDC. The CDC provides state-specific information on rules and regulations for pools and hot tubs. It also offers contact details for local health authorities who can assist you with any concerns, and I put that link for you in the show notes. Incorporating daily hot tub use into your routine can significantly improve your overall well-being. From stress reduction to pain relief, better sleep, and quality time with loved ones, the benefits are numerous. Just be safe and make good choices before, during, and after your soak. Remember, friends keep friends safe while relaxing in a hot tub. Charlie, any thoughts?
It would. Excuse me. My only thought right now is when we finish recording, it would be nice to slip into a hot tub. But yeah, I mean, to your point, just to be careful. People, these images of hot tubs in movies and TV shows. Yeah, it's not that simple. Just to the point you're making, that people do dumb things, not careful, and yeah. So just it's something to enjoy, but you got to be careful. It's just that.
And you can be in a situation where if you haven't been feeling well, you do a few hours of exercise and slip into that hot water. Like I said, you can cause your blood pressure to drop. You can pass out. slip under the water and you don't even know what's happened. So be careful.
Yes. Yep. In our third half, let's continue with this. Hot tubs are normally heated between 97 and 104 degrees Fahrenheit, which is too hot for a dog. Hot tubs are not equipped for dogs to get into and out of easily and without injury. A dog, especially a small, old, young, or disabled, is very likely to hurt themselves jumping in or out of a wet hot tub, with inbuilt steps not being suitable for the short stature of dogs compared to humans. It is dangerous for dogs to swim in chlorinated water because swallowing it can lead to toxicity and skin contact will cause irritation. Dogs may also urinate or defecate in the water without an owner knowing, putting human health at risk of bacterial or parasitic conditions if the water is accidentally ingested while bathing. Overall, due to the risk to both human and animal health and welfare, dogs should not be allowed into a hot tub. You can make the dog a warm water bath, either indoors or outdoors. The Association of Canine Water Therapy advocates warm water therapy for injured or arthritic dogs. Water therapy is an excellent way to rehabilitate dogs with joint or muscle injuries or those with arthritis and hip dysplasia. It can include underwater treadmills, assisted swimming, and warm water massage. A dog-friendly paddling pool in the backyard is a great way to keep an animal cool. Be sure to regularly change the water to prevent contaminant buildup. To use a hot tub for canine therapy, set the temperature lower than for humans, 80 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit. A good filter is vital to filter out dog hair. A non-chlorine system is best, so a dog's hair doesn't lose natural oils and dry out. Before you attempt this at home, though, you'll want to check with your vet and get some how-tos from the Association of Canine Water Therapy, or hire one of the certified therapist members to come to your house to work with your dog. If you do try this at home, it is recommended that hot tubs over 100 degrees be off limits for pets. Dogs have no way to dispel excess body heat except through hard and heavy panting. If your dog starts to pant heavily, take him out to cool. Clean filters often to rinse away the short hair. Water should be relatively shallow to prevent the risk of drowning, and it is important to have ramps leading into and out of the water to allow dogs to enter and exit without a struggle, especially if the dog has reduced mobility. Cover should be used with caution. Many animals can drown in a swimming pool or other flexible water covers because they become enclosed and suffocated by the material due to its lack of rigidity. If your pet falls into a body of water, struggles, and is rescued, it may still suffer some after effects of a near drowning. In just a matter of minutes or even seconds, a pet can inhale a large amount of water into its lungs. You may notice coughing, difficulty breathing, weakness, fluid coming from the mouth or nose, distress, or anxiety. These signs can range from mild to severe. A pet may become very cold after inhaling water and have difficulty regulating its body temperature. Another common condition that can occur after a near drowning is pneumonia. Secondary drowning, which can be fatal, can occur up to 3 days after a near drowning experience. After initially appearing to be normal, pets suffering from secondary drowning become lethargic, weak, may turn purple or blue, cough, and struggle to breathe. Signs can progress very rapidly. Death can occur due to respiratory distress and lack of oxygen. A pet that is experiencing secondary drowning may act very normally after nearly drowning, which could mislead owners to believe that their pet is fine and does not need to be evaluated by a veterinarian. If your pet has experienced a near-drowning episode, you should immediately take him to the nearest veterinary clinic for evaluation. Ideally, your pet should have x-rays and be kept under observation for a minimum of 24 hours, with close attention to heart and respiratory rates and breathing characteristics. Diuretics can aid in the elimination of water from the lungs. Antibiotics may be started to help prevent pneumonia. Pets who seem to be more ill may need to receive IV fluids and oxygen. Always keep a close eye on pets when near bodies of water. Don't assume that its animal instincts will keep it from drowning. If your pet has a near-drowning experience, be sure to have it seen by your veterinarian. This can be a serious medical issue that may progress rapidly, even when no signs of a problem are immediately apparent. Keep your puppies safe.
That's right.
And please stay tuned for the continuing saga of Everyone Dies. Thank you for listening. This is Charlie Navarrete, and from 80-year-old Mick Jagger of the Rolling Stones, who once said, "I'd rather be dead than sing Satisfaction when I'm 45. Oh, Mick.
I'm so glad he didn't get his wish.
Yes.
And I'm Marianne Matzo, and we'll see you next week. Remember, every day is a gift.
This podcast does not provide medical advice. All discussion on this podcast, such as treatments, dosages, outcomes, charts, patient profiles, advice, messages, and any other discussion are for informational purposes only and are not a substitute for professional medical advice or treatment. Always seek the advice of your primary care practitioner or other qualified health providers with any questions that you may have regarding your health. Never disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of something you have heard from this podcast. If you think you may have a medical emergency, call your doctor or 911 immediately. Everyone Dies does not recommend or endorse any specific tests, practitioners, products, procedures, opinions, or other information that may be mentioned in this podcast. Reliance on any information provided in this podcast by persons appearing on this podcast at the invitation of Everyone Dies or by other members is solely at your own risk.